that's waiting for all of you to come and add your piece to it. So if we can have this diverse group in Liberia, I think it's a start. And I'm prepared to work with each and every one of you to make things happen. You know, Liberia is on a trajectory. We have everything you need to develop a country. If you're motivated by wealth, Liberia is the place to be. If you want to have impact, Liberia is the place to be. So you can come and make wealth and have an impact right away. That's the beauty of investing in Liberia. You know, while we were busy trying to make His Excellency President, he was spending all his days thinking of solutions on how to get us united for the work ahead. And so he came up with this acronym, his vision, called ARREST. So simple and make my work easy. It says agriculture. Let's focus on agriculture because we can employ a good number of the young people. Right? Let's focus on road. And Jeff, just make sure that every investor that comes, their wealth is protected. Education, sanitation, tourism. That's not to say we will forego the traditional investments that has propelled us as a country like mining. Those are all the icing on the cake. But if you follow his vision, we can get our country to 70% of where it needs to be. And the reliance is on all of you to help us. Come to Liberia, and I can guarantee you that we will work together with you to ensure that you succeed, because your success is dependent on our success. So I don't know what you're waiting for, but Liberia is open for business, so thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, now we're going to move forward with a presentation from Senator Parker's office, represented by Marcel Lashley Kabore.
Good afternoon, everyone. Your Excellency, to His Excellency and esteemed guest, good afternoon again. My name is Marcel Lashley Kabore. I am the founder and CEO of GWK Global. GWK Global is an organization that is based here in the United States as well as in throughout West Africa. And we prepare and empower the next generation of social entrepreneurs and global business leaders. So while you all are here in this room and you're having this conversation about investing, I'm thinking about the path that you all are going to pave and the trail that you're going to blaze for the individuals who we represent in GWK, which are the youth and the next generation. And also understanding, having been to Liberia so many times, that it's a very, very young, vibrant country with a lot of opportunities. And we see that, you know, President Boakai has a lot of vision and leadership to be able to make that happen for the youth, and we want to be a part of that. So I am here today representing the Honorable New York State Senator Kevin Parker. He extends his sincerest apologies for not being able to be here in person due to a scheduling conflict. However, we would like to present the President, His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, with this proclamation from New York State Senator Kevin Parker. This proclamation is honoring His Excellency for exemplary leadership and distinguished service to the people of Liberia. I'm a little awkward here, right? I need to have a little bit of assistance. Shall I come around to the front?
Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to have to squeeze by here.
Would you like to be visible if you want?
Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, all these wonderful people in this room, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Okay, so just give me a mic. Thank you. Okay. So, we would like to present, on behalf of Senator Kevin Parker, we would like to present His Excellency Joseph Boakai, for his exemplary leadership and distinguished service to the people of Liberia. We are excited to be able to partner with you and collaborate with you to ensure that the bridge is continued to be built and strong, and so that we can make your vision come to pass, especially considering that you're looking to that you're looking to re-engage a lot of the Liberians that are here and have them continue to build wealth and economic empowerment back home. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
In addition to that, we would also like to present to you Mr. Taggart, a proclamation for honoring your visionary leadership and outstanding contributions to sustainable development and international cooperation. Again, we also look forward to joining you next year in Liberia to continue to perpetuate this vision and the advancement of these efforts, particularly under the vision of, His Excellency. So we present this to you on behalf of State Senator Kevin Parker.
Okay, to Senator Parker, who was not here, thank you all so much. We truly wish you were present, but I do appreciate not only the recognition to myself, but to His Excellency. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the Q&A. So any of the members of the Liberian government, please feel free to answer. So can you please outline the political and economic stability measures your administration has implemented to ensure a secure environment for foreign direct investment?
I think you can't talk of investment in a country without speaking of political stability and economic stability. I think the two go hand in hand. Even if you were to get risks insurance for political stability, you still need the government to do its utmost to ensure political stability. So we as a country has had 3 successive elections. In fact, when His Excellency lost the election in 2017, those of us who contributed our blood and tears wanted him to fight. And he said, no, not my blood for any political office. So he enabled the country to transition. And that was very, very important. So we as a country, we've had political stability now for 3 successive elections. That's 18 years. So I think we're on the path in terms of political stability. And in terms of economic stability, we've been doing what we can as a government to ensure that, to have the right policies. So you as an investor, when you come to Liberia, you are protected. Your investment is protected. That's what we're doing. So we are putting the house in order for you to be assured that when you come to make your investment in Liberia, you can rest assured that your investment is protected. And by the way, you can repatriate 100% of your profit if you wanted to. Our role is to ensure that we create the conditions for you to remain investing in Liberia, but not to say you can't take your money away. We have a law that you can take your 100% of your wealth away. And Liberia is the only country in Africa that I know of in which the dual currency regime exists. So you can pay and receive payments in US dollars as well as in Liberian dollars. Yeah, and you can repatriate 100%, all of your US dollars. And the Central Bank of Liberia will help you get your US dollars if you don't, if you wanted your payment to be in US dollars. So we're doing everything we can to encourage investors to come to Liberia. And I, at National Investment Commission, will work with you to ensure that we do everything we can to protect your investments and protect you and your businesses going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sure one of the things that you business people require in the places you go to invest will be security. Because you also want to be sure that it is a country that respects the rule of law. Because your businesses will not thrive in the midst of lawlessness. And I'm sure Liberia has been doing great on that front. Don't forget, since 1980, the country has been in crisis. We had a sitting president overthrown violently, then we had war, and then we resolved all of those contradictions by 2003. Like the chairman said, since that time, we're making huge progress. In fact, he said 3, but we've had full democratic elections. Peaceful transfer of power after those elections. If you compare that to some of the big countries where the leaders will refuse to concede to an election, then we know Liberia is on course, because even when we had the most recent elections that brought the president to power, in the absence of an official result from the election commission, the opposing party that were defeated conceded the election. These are clear indications that Liberia is stable, security is guaranteed, rule of law is respected, and by that, you can be rest assured that when you come to Liberia to invest, your businesses are safe. Yes,
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, the lone woman, yeah. I'm always a lone woman. Right. I'm just going to buttress what my colleague just spoke about. Security, rule of law, protection of investment, but I also like to add that ease of business, doing business. When you want to do business in Liberia, we have a one-stop shop at the Liberia Business Registry. So you go there and you get to do all your registration in this easy. And we're actually working on digitalizing everything and putting it online, so you can actually go, you're in Liberia, you do your business registration online, and you get your certificate, and you're registered, and you're ready to go. And also on the banking side, we have all our financial transaction is routed through the United States. So when you want to send money to Liberia, it has to come through the US anyway. All the corresponding banks are here. So it's there is that added advantage as well. And we work with you when as the chairman just said, your investment is protected. We work with you on your business, and we're actually following the banking system is the same. You're almost like you're in the US when you're in America. So we have the closest size. I mean, I probably look like one of your sisters. No, we will be looking forward to this, but I'd like to talk to some of you in this room about Liberia. I know we're going to get there, but before we get there, let's think about agriculture. That's our biggest asset. So when we get there to talk about that, think about agriculture is the lowest hanging fruit and is our biggest asset. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. What specific incentives, tax breaks, or support structures does your government offer to foreign investors to facilitate ease of doing business or enhance the return on investment?
In terms of tax breaks and incentives, because we want you to come into Liberia, we want to be as competitive, knowing that there are other countries that may be offering similar tax breaks and investment incentives. So we will be competitive, yeah. But just come and let's analyze your business. And we do provide incentives, both long-term and short-term incentives, depending on the level of businesses that you want to bring. But as I said earlier, Liberia is the only country that offers dual currency. There's no other country in West Africa, or in Africa for that matter, where you go and you can repatriate 100% of your profit if you wanted to in US dollar, a very strong currency. In Liberia, you can. Yeah. So that's an incentive for you to come and do business in Liberia. So we want to be competitive. We will be competitive. You just have to come to the National Investment Commission. Bring your business ideas. Let's analyze it. And we are prepared to grant you incentives to welcome you into our country. Thank you.
Yes.
She wants to ask.
Right, as I said, I'm going to come back to agriculture. When some of the incentives we have for agriculture is when if you're coming to invest in agriculture, your agriculture equipment, machines, and everything you can import in the country duty free. You apply for that and you get that. So these are things to encourage to make you competitive, so that we have that, you have that comfort, that soft landing. So you can import the equipment and they come in the duty free, and the Ministry of Agriculture will work with you, but all our engineers there to make sure that you're settled, and we're really looking, because as I say, it's our greatest asset. We have the agro-ecological climate to work to do rice and rubber. So when we see investors like this, we like to say agriculture. Agriculture is the first letter on our RS Agenda A. And the president knows a lot about agriculture. He can sit there and talk all day. So yeah, we offer a lot of incentive in that area.
Okay, we're gonna open up for 2 more questions, but it will be from our esteemed audience. So do we have, okay. Let's keep it fair. Let's do 1 man, 1 woman, if possible. All right. Okay, we'll start with Ms. Watley, please.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Your Excellency. My name is Christina Watley. I'm a partner at the BEA Venture Fund, which is the Black Economic Alliance's investment arm. I already see a lot of potential for ways that we can work together and collaborate and build bridges between the Black American community and our economic prosperity here alongside yours. So I'm really excited to be a part of this conversation. One area, so I'm the head of the climate initiative at BEA, and I'd love to hear any insights you have to offer about how you're being forward thinking about particularly agriculture in the context of a global climate crisis, and ways that you're thinking about climate innovation and potential ways that we can collaborate specifically in that regard.
Thank you. 45% of the rainforest in Africa actually is present in Liberia, and it's untapped. It's intact. So we haven't started training yet. So our forest is conserved. We're looking for partners. We want to do it the right way, because you have a lot of carbon oils ground, and we're trying to protect the country. So we kept our forests, and we're going to try to leverage that to get ahead. So the forest in Liberia is there, it is on tap, and we haven't started trading yet. Thank you.
Why we as a country don't have skyscrapers. We do have a lot of trees, a lot of tree covers. in fact, as my colleague has said, we have 45% of the Guinea rainforest. If you cut down the trees in Liberia, all of the trees in Liberia, I think the whole world will suffer. You know, it was quite interesting when I saw at COPA 26, President Biden wrapping his hand around Felix Tshisekedi. I said, man, you got your hands wrapped around the wrong person. You should be wrapping your hands around Liberia. In fact, in Italy, he was talking of the Amazon. Okay, we all say it, right? He should have been talking of Liberia. But as my colleague said, we want to make sure we have the right partners because there are a lot of cowboys who just want to flip carbon credit. But the right partners, I think, may be in this room. Just step us, engage with us, and we can find the right solution for Liberia going forward. So we think we have a lot to offer the world, if you will. And the carbon credit, carbon cover is one area that we can contribute to the world. So thank you.
All right, final question. I believe the gentleman here.
Your Excellency, thank you for having us today. My question is, what is Liberia's tech strategy? More wealth is being created in tech right now around the world. And so I understand that, you know, there's so many opportunities in technology, and I was just curious, what is the government doing to take advantage of this window where incredible amounts of wealth are being created in the tech sector?
You know, the formula for creating wealth has not changed. It's land, labor, and capital, the efficient allocation of those. And technology really just bring out the efficiency in all of them. So land, we have a lot of land. Labor, we are about 5 million people. But I think in terms of business, our population is more than that because all of Southern Guinea belongs to Liberia, Western Cote d'Ivoire belongs to Liberia, and Southern Sierra Leone belongs to Liberia in terms of trade. So we have a much bigger market, right? Capital, we have abundance of capital, maybe in the ground. But again, if you infuse technology, you can get at those capital. So Liberia is ripe. In fact, we are a very dynamic young population. In fact, I have 2 iPhones, but I don't know how all the services that iPhone has to offer. But the young folks in Liberia do. Yeah, they just need the skill sets, and they need people like yourselves to come and partner with them. They are willing and ready to learn. And if you can take that technology and infuse it with the labor capital that's on the ground, the land that's on the ground, you'd be amazed of how much you can make in Liberia. You know, a friend of mine who went to University of California said, Jeff, we are designing systems now for dogs to go and fetch our lunches. Yeah. But you can come to Liberia and do much more impactful things, right, than dog fetching your lunches. Yeah. So, yes, technology can make a lot of money, but we in Liberia, we want to make a lot of money as well. And so we are ready and willing to work with you to ensure that our young people get the best benefit of technology that's available.
So we have had many low-hanging fruits, as I may call it, to tourism is one. Another one is technology. We must admit that the country is really challenged in terms of technological advancement. In fact, just 2 days ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding with, if I'm not mistaken, they call the group Sebastian Technological Company or so, to get involved with some digital transformation program. It is an area that we really seek investment and partnership because, like I said, it remains a challenge to the country. So, those of you who are in the tech business, you have a green field, if I may say, that is looking forward to have people to invest and to partner with. And so I think it's an embracing place, and we encourage all of you who got technological interest to get involved.
Yeah, thank you. As the chairman said, and my colleague, the information minister, Liberia is a very youthful population. 70% of our population are young people. So if you ask me, the lowest hanging fruit in that area is just call centers. Why don't switch your call centers to Liberia? We speak like you. You know, you don't need to ask, oh, what are you saying? You send it to India, or you send it to China, somewhere, but we speak like you. That's the lowest hanging fruit. We have 70% of the population, they're young people, they want jobs, they want to be in employment. Send some of the call centers there. That will help, provide training and move some of your call centers there. And I think that's doable with the youthful population, and that we can go. But that is, for me, that's the lowest hanging fruit right now when it comes to technology. To move call centers to Liberia, people that sound like you and understands what you're about.
Okay, thank you all so much to our esteemed delegation. Thank you so much for answering the question. His Excellency is actually on his way out. We wanted to, again, thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate you. So we're getting ready to close out. Mr. Bleejay Ennis. Yeah. Before I give it to Mr. Bleejay Ennis, His Excellency would like to close us out.
Sure. I don't want people to think that talking about agriculture, as a matter of fact, Liberia, as you know, our flag is on majority of the ships that go around the world. We are number one. But in addition to agriculture, we have opportunity for fishery, for mining, gold, diamond, and oil. And a lot of corporate entities are already there. Construction and manufacturing, everything that you want to do. But I'd like to say here that sometimes we meet a lot to discuss investment possibilities. Of course, one of the best things to do is to go to Liberia. You'll meet the same people. But being to Liberia, this is the country where all the way back, Pan American Airlines used to fly to Monrovia within 8 hours. I don't see any other area in Liberia where that was happening. So the opportunities are there, and our educational system there's no other place in Africa that is tuned more American than Liberia. Everything that we do, even our flag, look like, so that's who we are. And so it's not a difficult problem to be there. But before I leave, I'd like to have this announcement that tomorrow is a big day for us. Tomorrow, Liberia, with the founding member of the UN, and probably of all the African countries, Liberia was founding member, and tomorrow we're launching our campaign to take a seat on the non-permanent Security Council, and that's going to happen tomorrow. We have a UN headquarters at 1 o'clock, and that's where we're going to make our case. And I have every reason to believe that we're going to succeed. We are a very peaceful country, in spite of all the challenges. But those are the things that go along with being a nation. We've been tested, and we just want to assure you that, yes, with all the challenges, the opportunities are abundant, and we look forward to seeing you. You know, when I've listened to a lot of investment commitment and possibilities. A few months ago, when we were in Atlanta, the judge of Atlanta, the senior judge, and the most senior chairman of Atlanta, Fulton City, handed me a will. And she said this will was made in 1853 by a slave owner who had his slaves moving to Liberia, and he had promised to give each of them $100. And on the will, I counted about $4,000 from 1853. And some other property that were owned by this gentleman at the time. And so we talk about investment. We talk about the having in Liberia I met the granddaughter of Booker T. Washington. And we do have a Booker T. Washington Institute in Liberia. So we have a lot of things that are now coming to light that we need to take advantage of. Normally when I talk about investment, I hate to just listen, want to see action. And sometimes I tell the potential investors, I don't like NATO, no action, talk on it. I think we should move. So I want to thank you for this opportunity. And definitely, with all the discussion and thing, when you get to Liberia, it'll be a different thing. You meet these guys, but we are open for business. At least, I know that a lot of countries claim they are gateway to Liberia, to Africa. But I'm sure we will be the destination. And I look forward to that. Liberia is open for business. And it looks like the signs are all wrong. We're doing what we're doing today. I want to thank you for all of the niceties that we talk about in the gift, but just let us know we're there. And I want to say thank you for this meeting.
Your Excellency, we want to thank you again. We want to thank everyone who took the opportunity to join us here this afternoon, and all of the distinguished guests from the Liberian government who came here today. I can honestly say, as a Liberian entrepreneur and investor, that going back home and investing in Liberia has been one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Given that there are challenges, you cannot tell the Liberian story without telling the American story. And as the president rightly said, being in a room of American investors is exciting because it's going to uplift Liberia. Liberia is in the most critical state and point that it can be in. I would say Liberia is where maybe a country like Ghana and some of these other countries that are fast rising was 10, 15 years ago. And you are on the cusp of getting in at the right time. And I will urge all of you as you invest in Liberia, Liberia just doesn't need any investor, but it needs the right investors. People who are not going to take advantage of the country, but people who are going to collaborate with the ecosystem, collaborate with young people to invest and make Liberia a better place. So I urge all of you to continue to network with one another, network with us to learn more about investing in Liberia. Thank you.
Okay.